Welcome! Today we're going to talk more about structure of the universe and how it forms. Let's do a quick review here. We talked about things like groups, clusters, superclusters, and filaments. So answer this quick quiz on Moodle. Okay, so we talked about all this different structure, the different levels and sizes and all of that, but now we want to answer the question, how does that structure form? So this is going to be taking a selection from different sections. I'm not covering everything in these sections, obviously, but if you want to go look at section 28.1, 28.2, and 28.5. Okay, so how does structure form? We talked a little bit about how galaxies, we think, form, but what about these bigger structures and how do we kind of put the whole thing together? So how structure forms. Just like we saw with a galaxy, we think dark matter came first. We believe that there were dark matter clumps very early on. So we believe that the dark matter clumps formed early in the universe, or in the early universe is another way to say it. And you can kind of refer to these pictures over here. Dark matter is going to be the green. Okay, so we're going to think about dark matter and how it interacts with normal luminous matter, regular old matter. So we think that gravity brings the dark matter clumps together. We have these clumpy clumps. But the clumps can't get too big because of gravity. So that's sort of the next idea is here, that the clumps expansion is actually slowed by its gravity. Let me go up a little bit more. Sorry, running out of space. I'll have to come back to the picture. Slowed by its gravity, but the clump can't collapse. So what exactly are we talking about here? So we get these clumps and they can't really get too big and they can't collapse down into nothing. That's all sort of physics in there. The clumps are moving fast, or the particles in the clumps are moving fast, not the clumps themselves, so they can't get too small. And gravity's kind of holding everything together. So essentially we got these clumps, and they stick around for a while. And then what they're going to do is they're going to pull in normal matter. So the normal matter was a little bit more separated, I guess, from the dark matter. And the gravity of the dark matter is going to pull it in. Okay, so that's what we kind of see as we evolve here. Right now we have the dark matter clumps in green. Normal matter is just kind of spread out everywhere. And the dark matter clumps are going to pull in the normal matter. Okay, so the clumps, talking about the dark matter clumps here, the clumps' gravity pulls in the normal matter. Right, remember, normal matter is all of our atoms, hydrogen gas. Those first stars are going to be forming out of the normal matter. It's going to pull in that normal matter, and then that normal matter is going to fall to the center. So the clump's gravity pulls in normal matter. The normal, I'll just write it out again, matter, just so it's clear here. Normal matter falls to the center of the dark matter clump. Abbreviate dark matter clump. Okay, so what you're seeing here is this bigger dark matter clump with normal matter focused at the center. this should begin to start to sound familiar. Remember we said dark matter exists in these halos. Halos around galaxy clusters, halos around individual galaxies. So the normal matter is at the center. That's what we're seeing here. And then the normal matter can come together and begin to form protogalaxies. So the normal matter, which is now at the center of these clumps of dark matter, this normal matter forms protogalaxies. And then we kind of take it from there. We talked about earlier the protogalaxies come together. We can get, so that's here. We're seeing that normal matter, the red, falling into the middle of the clump. Then we get these clumps of normal matter, protogalaxies. They collapse to form the disk and the supermassive black hole and everything that we see in that spiral galaxy that we talked about with galaxy formation. So basically what this is saying is that the early universe was clumpy. Lots of lumpy stuff there. So how did we get to the well-ordered universe that we see today? Well, things had to change. We had a series of mergers, and from that, structure develops. So next topic, mergers and structure. So the early universe then is clumpy with all these irregular protogalaxies. So early universe has, or had, I should say, had, it's done now, mostly clumpy, irregular protogalaxies. And that's what you see. Sorry, it doesn't fit there. Protogalaxies. That's what you see in this picture over here. This is actually a real image of the early universe. Yes, it's kind of fuzzy. It's hard for us to see back that far. But I hope that you can also see that we aren't seeing things that look like spiral structures. When we look 13 billion years ago, as far back as we can look. These are actually radio images, by the way. We can look a little farther in radio. We see clumpy, irregular things, and we see things that are forming stars really, really fast. There's a video that I'm going to add to the playlist that sort of talks about the history of galaxies across space and time and how we've seen some of that with Hubble. So here is the big picture then, that we have dark matter clumps, then we get normal matter clumps and protogalaxies, and then galaxies form from the protogalaxies. So galaxies formed from protogalaxies, and remember those protogalaxies had to come together to form the bigger galaxies that we see today. So from protogalaxy mergers, and remember we said that the Milky Way is still growing today, that we have a few of these leftover protogalaxies that are still merging into the Milky Way, very slowly, but it's still happening. And we think from this picture that we would have gotten a lot of spiral galaxies early on in the universe. So we think that there were more spirals that formed in the early universe. And that sort of comes from our understanding of the physics, but also from pictures that we actually take. We look back in time, we see a lot of spiral galaxies. This picture here gives you a sense of that evolution from galaxies coming together to form either a spiral or elliptical. And sort of put in all our physics together, we think that we had more spirals in the early universe. However, we look around today and we see a lot of ellipticals. Remember, even in our local group, we have 2 spirals, but a whole bunch of ellipticals, small ones, yes, but a bunch of them. And so we think that over time, there may have been ellipticals that formed early, but that most of our ellipticals actually come from merging galaxies. So elliptical galaxies are sometimes, and I'm going to use the word sometimes because sometimes ellipticals can be formed just on their own through this process of protogalaxies, etc. But ellipticals are sometimes made by the mergers of spirals. And I previewed this when we were talking about the Milky Way, because we talked about how Andromeda and the Milky Way are going to merge, and I showed some pictures of what the night sky might look like, and we ended up with an elliptical. Another sort of view, this computer simulation of what that might look like. You have these spirals coming together, and over long, long periods of time, they form something that looks more like an elliptical. We think this is what's going to happen with the Milky Way and Andromeda in billions and billions of years. Part of the evidence for this that I mentioned earlier is that today we see more elliptical where there were spirals, right? We said we saw a lot of spirals in the past, but now we see more ellipticals in places where those spirals could have merged. In other words, galaxy clusters. So we see a lot of ellipticals when we have a lot of galaxies together in a cluster. Remember, a cluster has about 1,000 galaxies. So we see more ellipticals in large galaxy clusters today. We see more spirals in the past. Kind of put those pieces of evidence together, take into account all the physics of what would happen if these guys merged, and come up with a conclusion that sometimes these ellipticals are made by mergers. And that is, we've had time to see that happen. I'll also post a video of this so you can sort of see this in action via computer simulation. Okay, last point for this video is that structure forms from smaller to bigger. So galaxies are going to form from these clumps. Okay, they form early in the universe with larger structures, with clusters, and then those other things about the filaments or walls, filaments. Let me fix it. Hate to have... Come on, eraser. It's not giving me an eraser. Pause for a second. Filaments, look, I fixed it. The magic of computer. Filaments and voids forming later. So this is all to say that small things form first, bigger structures later. Okay, so this is small structures first. Right? And that's what we're seeing in this picture, showing you that we have way back here, we have the first stars and first protogalaxies. Remember, those protogalaxies had to have stars in them. So we have those clumps, they form stars, they form protogalaxies, they form galaxies, galaxies merge and change, gravity creates groups and clusters, and later these big filaments and voids. Okay, time's almost up. Clicker questions? Come on, computer. Clicker question number 1. Clicker question number 1 and 2.